your estate to real estate. It's Money Matters with Dino.
How important is it to have a living trust in place, and at what stage in your life should you get one put in place?
I think really living trusts are good for almost anyone, and it's, people think of living trust in money and wealth and passing things on, but living trusts also give health directives. What do you want to have happen if one of the two of you passes? I think a good place to really make sure you have one in place is when you start having kids. I've always said when you have kids, the rules change. You're now locked together as a couple, and when that happens, you need a trust to explain, because what happens if both of you tragically died in a crash or whatever? That trust explains everything, and if you don't have that in place, it gets tied up in the state, and the government has ideas of what should actually happen. And when you have a trust, it's private. You get your own intentions out.
What if you don't have property? Is a trust necessary?
Well, again, it's something for the children, yes, but that's usually where you see it. If you own a home, that's the first thing that happens is, when you're retitling and mortgage and all that, you put the
Sure.
property into the trust. You also put your assets. If you've got mutual funds or you've got other things, you set up an account and you get all retitled in there. Because once that happens, if something were to happen to one or both spouses, everything's much, much easier to move around. I actually had a client a long time ago that we set up a trust for his mom, and she's 95, and she passed, and we're in his home dealing with everything that's going on. But the one thing he said about having the trust was it made life so much easier for him. And his question to me was, is it going to be this easy when I go? Is it going to be this easy for my kids when I go? And these are not extremely wealthy people. They own some property and so forth, but the trust just dictates what goes on versus just dealing with the probate and everything that goes on with the state.